Well, I think some of it is the content. If you're offering a course on thermodynamics, that's not necessarily going to appeal to one gender over another. But if you have a course called Men in Society, or Sociology of Gender, or Women in Education, it's going to attract people for gender-specific reasons. Whereas, cell biology isn't necessarily going to attract anybody for a gender-specific reason. I think the other thing is who the faculty are. I mean, I can't say for sure at Western because I haven't looked at this, but traditionally in higher education, men dominate fields like chemistry and physics and biology, and whereas in the humanities and social sciences, there might be a more, it wouldn't be equal, but closer to equal gender representation between men and women as professors. So I think that has something to do with it, who's being attracted to certain faculty members as somebody they want to learn from or they could relate to.
Okay, do you think that's
The simple breakdown is men teach college and women teach elementary school. That's not true, but we've seen that pattern historically in the past, and I think today it's still residually in effect, whereas you're going to have more men in college professor roles. But within that, I think nationally there's going to be more women teaching social sciences, more women teaching philosophy, history, humanities, and less women teaching organic chemistry and physics. Again, that doesn't necessarily apply to Western. I don't know those numbers.
okay?
That our majors seem to be 70–80% women in Soc. At least that's my experience from my classes. I think one colleague now said they have 33 students in class and one male. The 310 class from last quarter, 15 students and one male. So I definitely see that stratification or the selection of women choosing social majors in comparison to men at Western, but I don't know about the faculty.
Okay.
I do know there's a lot of evidence that say faculty members can push students away from a particular major. So if you hear the stories in various training in higher education of the insensitive male professor putting up slides in a biology class talking about how one male dominates the female as it should be, and then of course all the female students are going to shut down and not want to be a part of that class anymore. Similarly, if you have a class like I've heard people talk about Professor Lois's gender and sociology class, or gender and society class, and say that she's the reason I wanted to be a social major. So I would guess for some students, they don't care who's standing up there. But for others, the faculty member could be a very positive or potentially a very negative push or pull towards that major. So that would be my assessment. I think some people go simply because it's the next stage in development. High school, college, now it's time to grow up. But everybody's got their different reasons. I mean, you see a lot of people coming back to university because they left after a year or two, went and worked for 10 years, maybe had a child or two, and then they realize that they want either the intellectual challenge or the job advantage in terms of promotion, learning a new skill set. So non-traditional students, the 30-year-old or plus students that come back, almost exclusively I've seen are women. I don't see men coming back to college. A couple after the military, but for the most part, somebody who's had a career for 10, 15 years, raised a child or two, and then comes back to school, they seem almost exclusively women. But again, that might be the soc major.
Okay. Is there
It would be great if everybody went to college to learn as much as they could about subject material and about broader topics in society. instead, a lot of people go in their freshman year is it's more of how to be an adult 101. Oh, I can do my own laundry whenever I want. I can eat whenever I want. I can stay up as late as I want. I can socialize as much as I want. Those are important lessons to learn, but maybe not while you're paying tuition and supposed to be in class studying. So